is quiet now. The shadows fill the walls. Another lonely evening, and I can hear my memories call. I try to smile all day, but nobody could see the silent tears I carry deep inside of me. I've worn my strength like armor, I've hidden every scar. But Lord, when darkness finds me, you know exactly where they are. And though my heart feels heavy and my soul is tired and weak, I hear your gentle whisper when I don't even have the words to speak. When the world grows cold and my dreams seem far away, your mercy wraps around me and reminds me I can stay. So sing over me tonight, hold my weary soul so tight, cover me with heaven's peace. Let these restless battles cease. Through every tear I've cried, through every lonely night, I know your love will never leave. You'll stay right by my side. When my strength is gone and I can barely breathe, your grace becomes the melody that carries me to sleep. Some nights I miss the people who promised they'd remain, but seasons change so quickly and love turned into pain. I held on to forgiveness even when it hurt to do, because you forgave me first and your promises are true. There were days I almost gave up, when hope seemed out of sight, but somehow you kept calling me and led me through the night. When depression sat beside me and fear knocked at my door, you gently said, my daughter, you don't have to fight alone anymore. Every broken memory, every burden that I keep, you gather in your hands and rock my soul to sleep. So sing over me tonight, hold my weary soul so tight, cover me with heaven's peace. Let these restless battles cease. Through every tear I've cried, through every lonely night, I know your love will never leave. You'll stay right by my side. When my strength is gone and I can barely breathe, your grace becomes the melody that carries me to sleep. Sometimes I wonder why the strongest hearts still break, why good people suffer and dreams begin to fade. But then I feel your presence like rain upon dry ground, and in the middle of the silence your loving voice is found. You remind me of tomorrow, you remind me I belong. You remind me that my story isn't ending with this song. The valleys do not last forever, the tears won't always fall, because mountains bow before you and you still answer when and anxiety returns. Let your peace become the fire that forever brightly burns. If sadness fills my pillow and loneliness appears, wrap me in your promises and calm my deepest fears. Because no weapon formed against me will ever steal my praise. You've carried me through storms before, and you'll carry me always. You were there when nobody called. You stayed when everybody left. You loved me when I couldn't love myself. You saw me when I felt invisible. You held me when I felt forgotten. And somehow, through every valley, through every heartbreak, through every sleepless night, you remain. So sing over me tonight. Hold my weary soul so tight. Cover me with heaven's peace. Let these restless battles cease. Through every tear I've cried, through every lonely night, I know your love will never leave me. You'll stay right by my side when my strength is gone and I can barely breathe. Your grace becomes the melody that carries me to sleep. And if tomorrow never comes, I know your love remains. For you have counted every sorrow and you felt every pain. Everybody thinks I'm strong because they see me smile. They don't know I've been holding on for such a long, long while. They don't see the lonely evenings or the tears I cry alone. They don't hear the whispered prayers that rise from a broken home. Lord, you know every scar I carry, every memory that still hurts, every promise that was broken, every season that got worse. There were nights I lost my faith, wondering where you had gone. But somehow through the darkness, you kept leading me along. And though my heart grew weary, and though my soul felt torn, you kept singing hope into me until another day was born. You never stopped loving me, even when I couldn't love myself. And when I had nothing left to give, you became my help. Stay with me tonight. Hold my broken heart so tight. Shine your light inside my pain and make me whole again. When my tears refuse to stop and my faith feels weak and small, remind me I am still your child, and you have seen it all. Heal the places no one sees. Bring my weary soul to peace, and let your gentle mercy rock my heart to sleep. I remember when I trusted without fear and without doubt, but life has a way of shaking everything you're sure about. People changed and seasons shifted. Love became goodbye. Questions filled my restless mind, and I forgot the reason why. Still you sat beside my sorrow, never rushing me to heal, never asking me for answers, just reminding me you're real. And in the silence of the midnight, when the world had gone to bed, I heard your sweet voice whisper, "My daughter, lift your head." You said, "I'm still your shelter, I'm still your hiding place. The same God who carried yesterday will hold you with my grace. The storms may rage around me, and tears may fill my eyes. Your promises remain unchanged, and that's where my hope lies. Stay with me tonight, hold my broken heart so tight. Shine your light inside my pain, and make me whole again. When my tears refuse to stop, and my faith feels weak and small, remind me I am still your child, and you have seen it all. Heal the places no one sees, bring my weary soul to peace, and let your gentle mercy rock my heart to sleep. I've been carrying memories that I thought I'd left behind, old wounds and old regrets, still trying to steal my mind. But your love is stronger than shame, stronger than my fears, and you have stood beside me through all these painful years. You never walked away, you never closed the door. Even when I doubted you, you loved me even more. And now I know the truth, no valley lasts forever, because your hand is holding mine. And you will leave me never. The same God who painted sunsets, who placed stars above the sea, still knows my name, still hears my prayers, and still watches over me. So take this broken vessel and fill it with your peace. Take every hidden burden and finally give release. Take every sleepless midnight, every anxious thought I hide. Take every fear that haunts me, and stand right by my side. When I cannot understand, teach my soul to trust, because your plans are always faithful, and your promises are just. I don't need tomorrow's answers, I don't need to know it all, for the one who made the heavens will never let me fall. You loved me when I was wounded, you loved me when I was weak, you loved me through the silence, and your voice is what I see. If no one else remembers me, you do. If no one else calls my name, you do. If no one else understands my tears, you do. And that's enough, because your love has never failed me, and it never will. and the silence feels so loud. My mind keeps running circles while tears fall like rain clouds. I smile when people ask me, baby, are you doing fine? But only you can see the battles that are hidden deep inside. These hands are tied from holding all the pieces of my soul, trying to keep from breaking, trying to stay in control. But control was never mine, and maybe that's okay, because every time I'm falling, you keep making a way. Lord, I know you hear me even when I don't speak, when my faith feels small and fragile, and my heart is tired and weak. So I bring you all my worries, every burden, every fear, because somehow in the darkness your sweet voice becomes so clear. Breathe on me tonight, calm this anxious heart inside. Hold me close and whisper peace. Tell these racing thoughts to cease. When fear is standing at my door and I can't fight anymore, wrap me in your gentle grace. Let your love become my safe place. Lay your healing hands on me and quiet every storm I see, until my soul can finally rest and sleep upon your loving chest. I spent too many nights crying, wondering what tomorrow holds, praying over broken dreams and stories left untold. Somebody left without warning, some promises disappeared, and ever since that season I've been living with this fear. Fear that I'll be forgotten, fear that I'll lose again, fear that the wounds inside me were never truly meant. But then I hear you saying, my daughter, don't you see? The world may leave you empty, but you'll always have me. You knew me before my first breath, you counted every tear, and even in the valley you've never left me here. So I lift these trembling hands and surrender every pain, because you have always loved me through sunshine and through rain. Breathe on me tonight, calm this anxious heart inside. Hold me close and whisper peace. Tell these racing thoughts to cease. When fear is standing at my door and I can't fight anymore, wrap me in your gentle grace. Let your love become my safe place. Lay your healing hands on me and quiet every storm I see, until my soul can finally rest and sleep upon your loving chest. I remember when mama told me, baby, don't carry it all. God is stronger than your mountains, and he'll catch you when you fall. But somewhere along the journey I forgot those precious words and started listening to sadness more than listening to the Lord. Still you waited patiently, never turning me away, even when I doubted if I'd ever see brighter days. You sat beside my sorrow and held my shattered dreams, turning all my broken pieces into beautiful things. Lord, you know the sleepless nights, the panic and the pain, the moments when I whispered, I don't think I can stand again. And every single time you reach your loving hand, reminding me your mercy would forever help me stand. When anxiety comes knocking, teach my soul to pray. When fear begins to whisper, help me hear what you say. When memories become heavy and loneliness appears, be the hand that wipes away these hidden midnight tears. If tomorrow brings uncertainty, still I know your name. The same God who brought me through before would do it all again. I don't have to know the answers, I don't need to understand. Peace is not a feeling. Peace is resting in your hands. So I release my worries and lay them at your feet, trusting that the God who watches over me will never miss a beat. You hold the stars together, you calm the raging sea, and surely if you do all that, you'll take good care of me. No, I don't have to carry this alone. No, I don't have to pretend I'm strong. No, I don't have to hide these tears, because my Father knows, my Savior sees, and heaven still calls me beloved. Breathe on me tonight, calm this anxious heart inside. Hold me close and whisper peace. Tell these racing thoughts to cease. When fear is standing at my door and I can't fight anymore, wrap me in your gentle grace. Let your love become my safe place. Lay your healing hands on me and quiet every storm I see, until my soul can finally rest and sleep upon your loving chest. So I close my eyes tonight, not because life is perfect, not because the pain is gone, but because you are here. And where you are, peace lives. Where you are, hope remains. Where you are, love never ends. And that's enough, amen. It's 2 in the morning and the silence feels so loud. My mind keeps running circles while tears fall like rain clouds. I smile when people ask me, Tonight the stars are shining, but my heart feels far away. I've been fighting silent battles, trying hard to smile each day. Nobody knows the questions that keep me awake at night. Nobody sees these hidden tears I wipe before daylight. I've carried dreams that shattered, I've watched people walk away. I've held on to broken promises and memories that still stay. Sometimes I wonder, Father, why life became so hard, why the wounds inside my spirit still leave these painful scars. But every time I'm falling, every time I lose my way, I hear your loving whisper, my child, I'm here to stay. And though the storms surround me, your voice remains so sweet. You lead me beside still waters, where my troubled soul finds peace. Lead me to the still waters, where my fears can finally rest. Lay my weary head upon you and hold me to your chest. When my heart is overwhelmed and the tears begin to fall, be the calm inside the storm, the one who catches all. Wrap me in your mercy, cover me with grace, and let your perfect peace become my resting place. There were nights I cried in silence, wondering if you heard my prayers, asking heaven for a miracle while carrying hidden cares. I remember losing people that I thought would never leave, and I remember praying harder when it became hard to believe. Still, you never turned away, you never shut the door. You loved me through the heartbreak and somehow loved me more. You sat beside my sadness, you held me when I broken through the darkest valleys. Hope was hidden in your voice. You said, daughter, don't be afraid. I know every tear you cry, the God who paints the morning sky will never pass you by. The mountains rise before me and shadows cloud my view. Your promises remain forever, and your love is always true. Lead me to the still waters where my fears can finally rest. Lay my weary head upon you and hold me to your chest when my heart is overwhelmed and the tears begin to fall. Be the calm inside the storm, the one who catches all. Wrap me in your mercy, cover me with grace, and let your perfect peace become my resting place. Some wounds take time to heal, some answers never come, but I've learned that your presence can turn sorrow into songs. I've learned that tears are not a weakness, and pain doesn't mean defeat, because broken things become beautiful when they're placed beneath your feet. You know every disappointment, every burden that I've known, and you remind me in the midnight that I'm never left alone. The same God who fed the thousands, who calmed the raging sea, still walks beside his daughters and still watches over me. When tomorrow feels uncertain and anxiety appears, your gentle hand still comforts me and dries my hidden tears. So I surrender every memory, every fear and every scar, because you know where I've been, and you know exactly where you are. You are the peace I cannot explain, the shelter from the rain, the voice that tells my anxious heart that joy will come again. When depression whispers lies, let your truth become my song. When loneliness surrounds me, remind me I belong, because you have never failed me, not once throughout my days. And even when I couldn't see you, you carried me always. So I'll trust you in the waiting, I'll trust you through the pain, for the God who kept me yesterday will restore my heart again. I don't have to understand everything, I don't have to carry every burden, I don't have to pretend I'm okay, because my Father is near. His love is enough, His peace is enough, His grace is enough. And tonight I will rest. Lead me to the still waters where my fears can finally rest. Lay my weary head upon you and hold me to your chest when my heart is overwhelmed and the tears begin to your loving wings. Everybody's asleep now. The city lights are fading slow, but my mind keeps replaying things I wish I didn't know. The silence feels familiar, like an old friend dressed in pain. And memories I tried forgetting come knocking once again. I've been strong for everybody. I've carried burdens not my own. I've smiled through disappointment and cried when I was alone. Lord, you know my hidden battles, the ones I never speak about. The nights I questioned everything, the nights I lived with doubt. Still somehow you kept me breathing, still somehow you stayed near. And every time I whispered your name, you answered through my tears. When the world becomes too heavy and my strength begins to fade, your mercy wraps around me, and I know I'll be okay. Stay with me tonight, hold me close until daylight. Be the comfort that I need, be the hope my soul can breathe when my tears begin to fall and I feel so very small. Wrap me in your loving arms and keep me safe from harm. Be my peace, my resting place. Cover me with endless grace. And when I close my eyes tonight, stay with me till morning light. I remember broken seasons, I remember goodbye tears, I remember praying quietly through lonely, painful years. Some people walked away from me, some promises grew cold, but you remained beside me, faithful as the days grew old. You knew every disappointment, every wound hidden inside. You saw me through depression when I had nowhere left to hide. And though I couldn't understand it, you never let me go. You carried me through valleys only heaven fully knows. Sometimes healing comes so slowly, sometimes hope seems far away, but your love has always found me and restored me day by day. When anxiety surrounds me and tomorrow brings unknowns, your voice becomes my refuge and your love becomes my home. Stay with me tonight, hold me close until daylight. Be the comfort that I need, be the hope my soul can breathe when my tears begin to fall and I feel so very small. Wrap me in your loving arms and keep me safe from harm. Be my peace, my resting place. Cover me with endless grace. And when I close my eyes tonight, stay with me till morning light. I used to think I had to carry every burden by myself. I used to hide behind a smile and place my pain upon a shelf. But you taught me tears are healing and weaknesses and shame, because broken hearts can still be used to glorify your name. You have counted every heartbeat, every sleepless midnight prayer. You have gathered every teardrop and listened with such care. And even when I felt forgotten, even when faith felt small, you never stopped pursuing me. You never let me fall. The stars above still testify, the oceans sing your praise. And if remain. And the same God who carried yesterday will carry me again. You stayed when everyone else left. You listened when nobody understood. You loved me when I couldn't love myself. And through every sleepless night, you were there, and that changes everything. Stay with me tonight. Hold me close until daylight. Be the comfort that I need. Be the hope my soul can breathe. When my tears begin to fall, and I feel so very small, wrap me in your loving arms, and keep me safe from harm. Be my peace, my resting place. Cover me with endless grace. And when I close my eyes tonight, stay with me till morning light. So if tomorrow brings joy, I'll praise you. And if tomorrow brings tears, I'll trust you. Because no matter what comes, you remain forever faithful, forever near, forever loving. Tonight I can rest. Amen.
It's another quiet midnight, and my thoughts won't let me rest. So many questions fill my mind, so many burdens in my chest. I've smiled through pain for far too long, pretending I was strong. But tonight I'm tired of hiding. Lord, I've been hurting all along. You saw me when I lost my way, when hope became so hard to find, when memories kept haunting me and peace was left behind. You heard every silent cry, every prayer I couldn't say. And even when I doubted you, you never walked away. You know the pain nobody sees, the tears nobody knows, and still your endless mercy continues to overflow. Sing healing over me tonight. Cover me with heaven's light. Take these worries from my soul and make this broken spirit whole. Lay your peace upon my mind. Leave these restless fears behind. Hold me close beneath your wings and teach my heart to sing. When I close my eyes tonight, be my comfort through the night. I remember all the heartache, I remember every scar, the dreams that never happened, the people who moved far. I remember asking heaven, why does pain have to remain? But you answered through the silence, and you held me through the rain. when loneliness became my shadow and fear became my friend. Your voice kept softly whispering, this won't be your end. You taught me healing takes time and grace is never rushed. You taught me broken hearts still matter and weary souls are loved. You reminded me that valleys are not where stories end, and every storm eventually will bow before your hand. Though I don't know every answer and tomorrow stays unknown, I know the one who holds tomorrow, and I'll never walk alone. Sing healing over me tonight, cover me with heaven's light. Take these worries from my soul and make this broken spirit whole. Lay your peace upon my mind, leave these restless fears behind. Hold me close beneath your wings and teach my heart to sing. When I close my eyes tonight, be my comfort through the night. Sometimes I still cry remembering all the things I couldn't say, the relationships that ended and the dreams I had to lay away. But somehow through the sorrow, you've been writing something new, turning tears into testimonies, showing me your love is true. You know every hidden battle, every wound inside my heart, yet you never gave up on me, not even from the start. And though life feels uncertain and answers seem delayed, your promises are faithful and your love will never fade. The stars above still praise you, the oceans know your name, and if you care for all creation, then I'll trust you just the same. So I surrender every burden, every fear and every pain, every midnight filled with questions, every memory that remains. Take these anxious thoughts inside me, take the sadness from my soul, take the pieces I can't carry and restore what sorrow stole. Because you are still my shepherd, still my refuge and my peace, still the one whose love and presence makes my restless worry cease. And if I wake before the morning and tears begin to rise, remind me I am not forgotten and never leave my side. For you have counted every heartbeat, you have held me through the years, and you have gathered every prayer and every hidden tear. Your love is enough, your grace is enough, your mercy is enough. I don't need all the answers, I just need you, because you have never failed me, and you never will. Sing healing over me tonight, cover me with heaven's light. Take these worries from The house is quiet now, and the moonlight fills the room. But inside my heart are questions that I can't seem to move. I've smiled for everybody, I've carried all I could, pretending I was stronger than I ever really was. Lord, you know the tears I've hidden, the fears I never speak, the nights I lay awake in silence, feeling tired and weak. You know every disappointment, every burden I conceal, and somehow in your presence the broken places start to heal. Though I don't understand the reasons or why some dreams must die, I know the one who holds tomorrow, and I know you're by my side. So tonight I lay my worries down and place them in your hands, because you never left me, and you understand. Hear my quiet prayer tonight, hold me close until daylight, speak your peace into my soul, and make this wounded spirit whole. When my tears begin to fall and I don't feel strong at all, remind me I am still your child, and you walk every mile. Wrap me in amazing grace, let your love become my place, and through the silence let me hear that heaven's voice is always near. I remember nights of heartbreak, when the pain felt much too deep, and I wondered if tomorrow would bring anything but grief. I remember praying softly as tears rolled down my face, asking you for understanding, asking you for grace. Some people never understood me, some promises disappeared, but through every lonely season you stayed close and stayed near. You carried me when I was broken, you lifted me when I fell, and though I walked through dark valleys, you protected me so well. You never rushed my healing, you never turned away, you loved me in the middle of every painful day. And now I know your mercy has carried me this far, and even in the darkness your love shines like the stars. Hear my quiet prayer tonight, hold me close until daylight, speak your peace into my soul, and make this wounded spirit whole. When my tears begin to fall and I don't feel strong at all, remind me I am still your child, and you walk every mile. Wrap me in amazing grace, let your love become my place, and through the silence let me hear that heaven's voice is always near. Sometimes I still feel anxious, sometimes fear returns, sometimes memories remind me of lessons I have learned. But you have been so faithful through every storm and pain, and the God who held me yesterday will hold me once again. You know every secret sorrow, every sleepless night I've known,
Yet you gently keep reminding me that I am not alone. The stars above obey you, the oceans know your voice, and if you care for every sparrow, then I can still rejoice. For grace has been my shelter, and mercy my best friend, and your everlasting promises will never reach an end. Take every fear inside me, every burden and regret, every unanswered question, and every tear I've wept. Take the nights I've spent worrying, take the sadness from my mind, replace it with your comfort and the peace I long to find. When depression tries to whisper that I won't make it through, remind me of the cross and all you've brought me through, because you have never failed me, not once throughout my days. And even when I couldn't see you, you surrounded me with grace. So I won't fear tomorrow, for your love remains the same. And through every changing season, forever you remain. I don't need to understand everything, I don't need to have all the answers, I don't need to know what tomorrow holds, because I know the one who holds tomorrow. And his love will never let me go. Hear my quiet prayer tonight, hold me close until daylight, speak your peace into my soul, and make this wounded spirit whole. When my tears begin to fall, and I don't feel strong at all, remind me I am still your child. The night is wrapped around me, and the world has gone to sleep, but memories keep returning, and the pain still runs so deep. I've tried to hide the heartache, I've tried to carry on, but some wounds don't heal quickly, and some lonely nights are long. Lord, you know my silent battles, the tears no one has seen. You know the dreams I buried, and the places I've been weak. There were moments I felt forgotten, moments I almost let go, but somehow through the darkness your gentle love still showed. You stayed when people left me, you listened when I cried, and every time I lost my way, you stood right by my side. So tonight I bring my burdens and lay them at your feet, because nowhere else I've ever known can bring my soul such peace. Calm my heart tonight, hold me through the longest night. When my soul is tired and worn, be the shelter from the storm. Heal the places deep inside where old memories still hide. Wrap me in your endless grace and become my resting place. When I close my eyes and sleep, promise, Lord, you'll watch, you'll keep, and let your love so sweet and true carry me safely through. every prayer that seemed delayed, every tear I cried in silence, every dream that slowly faded away. Sometimes I wondered if you heard me. Sometimes faith became so small, but even in my weakest moments, you answered every call. You carried me through valleys, through seasons full of pain. And though I couldn't see your purpose, you never loved me less. When loneliness became my shadow and anxiety filled my mind, your mercy became my refuge and your promise is my guide. You never asked me to be perfect, you only asked me to trust. And even with these broken pieces, you've never given up. So I place my fears before you and surrender all I know, because your love has always been the safest place to go. Calm my heart tonight, hold me through the longest night. When my soul is tired and worn, be the shelter from the storm. Heal the places deep inside where old memories still hide. Wrap me in your endless grace and become my resting place. When I close my eyes and sleep, promise, Lord, you'll watch, you'll keep, and let your love so sweet and true carry me safely through. There are scars that still remind me of roads I never planned, but somehow through the sorrow, you've held me by the hand. And though life isn't perfect and tears still sometimes fall, I've learned that your compassion is greater than it all. You know every hidden question, every fear I keep inside, yet you continue loving me with arms open wide. The stars above still praise you, and oceans know your name. And if you watch the little sparrows, you'll carry me the same. Tomorrow may be uncertain, but your goodness never ends. And the God who walked beside me then will walk with me again. Take these weary thoughts inside me, take these worries from my soul. Take the pain I cannot carry and make this broken spirit whole. Take the memories that haunt me, take the tears I cry alone, and remind me through the midnight that I'm forever yours. When fear begins to whisper, let your truth become my song. When sadness says I'm hopeless, remind me I belong, because your love has never failed me and your mercy still remains. And even through my darkest nights, your peace has kept me sane. So I won't fear tomorrow, for your grace is always near. And the one who calmed the raging sea still whispers, do not fear. I am not forgotten, I am not abandoned, I am not alone, because my Father is near, and his love will never let me go.